Hello Gundam fans, this is Prime92, and today I'll be looking at the 10144 high-grade Miss Sazabi from the Gundam Build Fighter series. This is a heavily modified high-grade Sazabi. Not a lot of the old kit remains here. Of course, you got the head, which has the new V-fin on it. V-fin at all. You got the old shoulder armor. At the top is the backpack, and the lower part of the shoulder armor is the bottom. All the little verniers on the back and on the feet are actually from the shoulder armor, little yellow pieces. I think the arms are the same, and the crotch is the same, and I think the knee joints are the same. And the thrusters here, these are actually the top of the feet from the old Sazabi. But a lot of this is new. Pretty much, like, a good chunk of it. Oh, and I just realized a little while ago, the backpack is totally a bow. But the fact that it's kind of a subtle bow, it's not just like, it's a bow, look, ribbons, I like it. And you've also got very few stickers. You got the Model I, a little white on the collar, and the yellow in the shoulder. And that's it. So very minor. And it's a very tall model. It is taller than the original Sazabi. And I do like the color. It's kind of like Ina's normal outfit color, which is kind of neat. The only problem I really have with it, I think the arms are still, because they are from the Sazabi, are too bulky for the rest of the body, because you have these slender legs. Even the torso is thin. And it looks a little weird to have these bulky arms. It's not terrible if you have them like bent, but when they're straight down, it kind of looks weird. But overall, I do like this, the way this thing looks. Now the head can go up and down at the ball joint and rotate, and also has a hinge, so it'll go farther up. And if you take off the top of the head, the Model I does rotate side to side if you want it to. And the arms can go forward and rotate and out. Rotate below the shoulder, one jointed elbow, ball jointed wrist. You got a new stomach here, which is on a ball joint, so it can actually go forward and back, some side to side. It'll rotate some. It starts to hit things. Front skirts are ball jointed, side skirts are hinged. Legs will go forward, a little back, out some. You got a double jointed knee. The thrusters here are on a little hinge and can rotate. And the feet can go forward and back at a joint in the ankle a little, and rotate at the ball jointed foot and up and down. And then the little flaps here can move, which are not part of the feet. And the backpack, I like the backpack, it's pretty cool. You got a joint up and down, in and out. This part can actually move down for some added mobility, and the little wings here can move out and down if you want. And they can also rotate. So you got quite a bit of articulation, even more than the Sazabi because of the stomach with the new joint. And the feet, I'd say, are a little better because it's not bulky leg armor to get in the way. So, you can get some pretty decent action poses because of the feet. Yeah, I think the articulation is very good. Now, not a lot of accessories here. I like the shield. The shield is actually made up of the front skirts of the old Sazabi, which is kind of neat, and the old connector here, which will just peg onto the underside of the arm at the elbow, like that. And the other cool thing is it stores the beam saber. It's just pegged into there, and the hole that was holding it into the shield will actually allow it to be held very nicely in the holding hand. Like that, just pegs right in. And they do give you two clear yellow beams, same as the old Sazabi, with a nice jagged detailing. Pegs into the top, and pegs into the bottom. So now I have a double-sided beam saber. And only one open hand for the left hand, but who needs it when you got a beam saber? Now, another weird thing about this kit, the trigger finger hand, which usually holds the weapons, isn't used. You really don't need it, because you're going to be using the other holding hand to hold the other beam weapon, which is basically a modified version of the Sazabi axe. But I really like it, because you use the old effect parts, and you plug the one into the front, and then the actual half-axe piece, you just plug onto the bottom. And it gives you like a beam Gian sword look, because it's sticking straight forward, but it has the edge here, so you can go like that. And I really like it. And the way it's angled, it conforms to the wrist guard of the Miss Sazabi pretty well. But you've also got holes in the foot armor here. And these are for the beams. They can stick in there. Now, if you only have the kit, obviously you can't either put them in the feet or in the beam saber. You can't do both, unless you have the other Sazabi. In which case, you can take those beams and then stick them in the feet, and all of a sudden, you have the one scene at the last episode when it did this. And it really got the whole, instead of Infinite Justice, I got the Aegis feel from it. But really, that is a pretty awesome sight. I like it. And you can make it look even better with the stand that it comes with. Because now you can really... Oh, you have to take off the little cover here. Which I always liked on the Sazabi because it looks like a vernier. So it conceals it nicely. And now, you can get some really cool action poses with these beam effects. And that is pretty cool. So, it would have been nice if they had given us 4 beam effect parts, because you could really pull off a much better look and recreate the one scene from the show. But, if you have the other Sazabi, it's not a problem. But even without it, it's not a big deal. Oh, and there's a few other pieces left over from the old Sazabi. I believe these are the old ankle pieces. The old hip pieces. The old hosing for the neck. And the old hosing for the waist, which it doesn't have. So, I think the accessories are very nice. It's kind of weird to see this actually works as a beam rifle too. It doubles as it, so it does have range weaponry. And I think it's a cool little use of the front skirts left over for the shield. And the use of the effect parts. I really do like these weapons. They're kind of unique. I just wish they'd given us extra beam effect parts. That would have been nice. But other than that, I like the accessories. Alright, so let's compare this guy to a normal-sized high grade. This is the custom wing Deniche I haven't painted yet. And you can see a little tiny, just a little bit. And how about another big model? I still have the silver bullet here. And you can see it's not as tall, unless you include the backpack. And of course, I have to compare it to the original Sazabi, which, as you can see, is still not as tall as the Miss Sazabi. And just because I have it, the third party, I think it's GH, is it? I can't remember what the brand is, but the third party Sazabi, which definitely has a more feminine look than the original, but as you can see, still not as tall. So that is the high-grade Miss Sazabi, and I really like it. Initially, I didn't. At first thing I saw the pictures of it, I'm like, this thing is ridiculous. It looks terrible. This isn't a feminine body, and it still kind of isn't. I still think the arms are too big. They should have given us new arms, or at least new molding lower arms. But the colors are nice, the use of the old parts are nice, the weapons are nice, articulation is improved, and it looks pretty decent for the most part. So that's about it, and I'll see you at the next review.